series. So we started with a simple cross collar choke from the mount. We're looking at a couple combinations and reactions off of that. So in the previous video, I had started with my cross collar choke. My opponent, of course, his basic reaction would be to bridge and roll or upa to that side. Okay? So my response to that was to jam the arm and turn into the seated mount and set up the arm bar. Okay, so in this case, my opponent feels the arm bar coming and he goes to completely cover up and he moves to his side, making it difficult to get to the arm. So as I'm here, he starts to go, I go for the arm bar, and look, he's covered it up, he's making everything's tight, I'm having a hard time getting in. So I decide I want to alter the technique. So we're going to do two techniques today. The first technique is a basic single wing choke. Notice my hand is still trapped inside of his arm. Okay? So the first thing is understanding my stabilization point. So I went from the mount, in this case, to the seated mount. Meaning I have hip pressure behind his ribs, my knee is up behind the head, my heel is right here in the stomach. Again, my weight on him, this is seated guard, and I like to have a live foot back here to make sure I can move quickly if need be. Now that I have this position, I'm simply going to drop onto my opponent right here. I want it to be nice and heavy. I'm going to cut my hand right behind his neck and up under his chin here. Now I'm going to feed the gi. Thumb in right here, make sure I get a good grip. Don't forget to put your pinky on. I see a lot of guys do this and they grab with the front of their hand and they lose their grip on the choke. You need to wrap the gi into the hole of the hand. Once I'm here, this hand right here is going to be snapping in this position so I can put the blade into the karate. Okay, so I just fed the gi, right? I got the gi fed. Now this hand is going to go ahead and shoot through, cut behind his hand. I'm going to cut right down my arm. I'm going to sit up and push my hips forward, creating the choke. One more time. So I start with my basic attack. Okay, I see it, I want to go arm bar, but he goes too far, so I don't like the arm bar. Okay, seated mount, heel in the stomach, knee up, hips pressing, knee behind the head. I'm going to drop my weight right here, feed. Right down the collar, go right under the chin, feed the gi, make sure my hand is in the rev on position, like you're riding a motorcycle, rev on. Okay, get a good solid grip right here. Once I pass that gi, I'm going to shoot my hand through, cut right down the back of my arm, sit up tall, push my hips forward, and there is my single wing choke from the mount. Okay? I have another option. Okay? So when I'm here, this same scenario, I go to set it up, he turns. Okay? So this time, again, very similar attack. Okay? Pressure. This time I come in, a little bit more advanced, I grab here. Now I'm going to pull my hand out, reach down, I'm going to try to grab below his knee. Okay? Then I'm going to take this back foot right here, and I'm going to kick it and bring it right in even with his back. So my foot was here, gets nice and even with the back, I got below the knee. Now I'm just going to sit back. As I sit back, I kick my foot through, and I should have a pretty textbook bow and arrow choke right here. One more time. So again, I'm right here. He reacts. He goes so far, I'm not able to get the S mount. I don't feel good about the arm bar, so I'm going to set for chokes. Again, pressure, heel in the stomach, knee behind the head, right foot, pressure down, cut right behind, under the chin, pass the gi, rev on position. Want a solid choke. My hand should never be bowed forward like this. Incorrect. Hand snapped back. Okay, I pass the gi, my hand comes out. I want to grab below the knee, not the thigh. I want to try to get below the knee. I'm going to kick him right in the back so that foot moves to the back. As I sit back, I pull him up, I kick my foot free, and sit back and finish the bow and arrow choke. And there you go, guys. A couple more good basic attacks from the mount.